All right, guys. First little pickup, we paid $1 for this Stone Protector figure, and shout outs to Jack. He actually found it and passed it over to me. I don't have a lot of these figures in the collection, but whenever I see them and they're cheap, I just go ahead and pick them up. And speaking of Stone Protectors, I don't think I got footage of this guy. This was actually from a toy and video game store in the Pensacola area called Hyperspace, and he was $7. So after we picked up the $1 Stone Protector, I went ahead and decided to pick this one up as well because I didn't have this one in the collection. But yeah, he is pretty awesome. And next up, guys, from that one toy bin, this was actually $1. Most of the figures in that bin were $2. But the lady said this was $1. I think this Mario is from that Micro Land playset from the World of Nintendo series that they did a while ago. So pretty cool. There's not really a way to like display him. I might lean him up against something. He doesn't really stand very well, but you guys know how I am with my Mario figures. If it's a variant that I don't have, and especially if it's cheap, I just go ahead and pick it up. And one of my favorite finds of the day would be these TMNT trading cards. Oh yeah, guys, we got 3 packs of these for $10. And this is kind of a little bit of a side quest where I am trying to pick up all of these in the different series if I can, but I'm not really in a rush to complete them. So little by little, whenever I see these little wax packs, I'm just going to go ahead and pick them up. And while we were at Hyperspace, I actually went ahead and snagged this Simon's Quest Castlevania 2 Tiger electronic handheld. Now, the disclaimer on this is there was a sticker under here. I went ahead and peeled that one off. I got to peel this off too. It said that it wasn't working. So honestly, this is just going to be a display piece, but I will try and clean it up. I know there is some corrosion there in the little battery compartment, and maybe we can get this thing working. If this thing does work, it's worth about 20 to 30 bucks. If not, like I said, you know, it kind of doesn't matter because it's probably just going to sit on the shelf anyways, but still pretty awesome find. And a couple more pickups from earlier in the day, guys. We got this guy right here. He is from Yu-Gi-Oh! I forget his exact name. He is missing the sword, which if he had the sword, he would be worth around 15, 16 bucks. Without the sword, I'm guessing maybe 10 to 12, but still pretty awesome. We paid $2 for him, and I just thought he was pretty neat. And then we've got Scareglow, guys. I think he is from the 2020 reissue line that they did. He was only $10, and little by little, I have been picking up some Motu figures. And yeah, this was actually a pretty good deal for this one. Even though it is a reissue at $10, I believe this guy is still worth around 20 to 25. So definitely an awesome pickup. And guys, for my 2 favorite pickups of the day, we've got this Super Mario Bros. Movie coloring book. We picked this up for $5. This was from a vendor that his prices were pretty firm on everything. And, you know, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're, you know, that's just how it goes. But he said $5 on this, and I was kind of shocked because I honestly was expecting him to say more. And yeah, $5, that was a no-brainer for me. So you could tell at some point somebody got these 2 for $1. So pretty awesome. And then it shows that as well on the back, special edition. I don't know if that matters. You guys know I love anything Mario related, especially the vintage stuff. So this is going to sit somewhere in the collection. Not entirely sure where just yet, but definitely somewhere. And then, guys, while we were out and about, I don't think I snapped some footage of this. This was at a one of those antique markets, and this was at someone's booth, and it was 10% off. So this was actually $20, but with the 10% off, it was like 19 or something. I almost left it behind, and Jack was like, dude, have you ever seen one of those? And I was just like, you got a good point. I've literally never seen the Mario Cake Pan. I did not know they made a Mario Cake Pan. I've seen other ones. I've picked up the Mikey before. But yeah, this caught me off guard. Like I said, I wasn't even filming in this place. We were just hanging out. It's a little dirty. I need to clean it up. But yeah, shout out to Jack. He definitely nudged me in the right direction to pick this up. And it was funny because this was at a vintage t-shirt booth there. And it was kind of like hiding underneath. It was still for sale, but it was just like, you know, you couldn't really see it. So very, very random find. But honestly, between this and the book, probably my favorite finds of the day. But yeah, the reason I was kind of hesitant on this one is just because I was like, man, You guys know how I am about bulky items. Like, I don't know where this is going, but this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, I couldn't have left this behind. I probably would have regretted it, honestly, which I usually don't feel that way about pretty much anything. But this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't see these. So basically 19, 20 bucks for this. I think this is worth around 25, maybe 30, maybe in a little bit nicer shape. But yeah, I'll find a spot for this. If nothing else, I might be able to just pin it to the wall somewhere. It does have this little spot right there, so I can put a little nail in and click it somewhere. But yeah, guys, you let me know. Would you have picked this up, or would you have left it behind for 20 bucks?